with the flow, right? So that's what we're about. My name is Valerie Reeves. It is my honor, my pleasure to be here with all of you today. I love you. I miss you. I'm so happy to be here today. Yes, thank you. All right, we'll give it up more later. But welcome to the Redondo Beach Center for Spiritual Living, where we are transforming lives, building dreams, and revealing love, where all we ask is that you stay completely open to changing your life by changing your mind. Welcome home. Good to see you all. Yay. So I am very excited. We've got a lot of great things going on, and now we're going to do announcements, right? All right, join Presh as he does some announcements for us. Thank you.
Hi there, can you hear me? Good morning. Great to see you all. We have a lot of great activities coming up, so welcome to the sanctuary. And for those online, welcome. You are as much present here as this dog is right here. So our drumming circle will be meeting today at 12:30 in Richelieu Hall. Anyone who wants to give it a try, it's a lot of fun. We're excited to bring you a transformative and healing class beginning this Monday evening on Zoom with our very own Reverend Valerie. She will be teaching the certificated CSL class called The Essentials of Earnest Homes. So join us as we dive into the wisdom and practical application of our philosophy. Scholarships are available, and see the front desk to sign up. Curriculum's available at the front desk for those who've already registered, so pick up your curriculum. Next Sunday, March 3rd, Reverend Mary will be facilitating a prosperity workshop from 12:30 to 2. Next Sunday, 12:30 to 2, right after Sunday service. If you're ready to create greater and lasting prosperity in your life, who's ready for that? Oh, come on. Who's ready for that? There we go. And release the blocks to your success. Join this workshop. It's going to be great. I just completed the 5-week prosperity workshop with Reverend, how many? 6 weeks prosperity workshop with Reverend Mary, and it was fantastic. Okay. Prosperity of health, wealth, relationships, and divine expression. Today is day 27 of the Season for Nonviolence. We have handouts in the foyer with 65 days of simple, inspiring spiritual practices for you to use. This is an international event which promotes a powerful way to heal, transform, and empower our lives. And it honors the vision of both Martin Luther King Jr. and Mahatma Gandhi for a peaceful world. Today's practice is generosity. Mother Teresa said, "There is a hidden poverty more pervasive than lack of money, and that is poverty of the heart." So see if you can find 3 ways today to generously give of your time, your attention, and your resources to others. So pick up your handouts in the front lobby. Today's the last Sunday for our Bears of Love month. Pick up your bear. Who's got a bear or a stuffed animal? Yay! So squeeze them, put your heart into them, squeeze them, put your love into them. And for those of you who brought a stuffed animal, thank you so much. And they will be sent to the My Stuff Bag Foundation, and there will be a comfort to children in crises all over the country. And there will be a blessing. We will be blessing them today, and it's a blessing for you to hold them and squeeze your love into them, little Care Bears. The Spiritual Discussion Group and Labyrinth Walk will be Thursday, March 7th. Spiritual Discussion Group and Labyrinth Walk. Our Science of Mind class is on Sunday mornings from 10:15 to 10:45, right before this service. And join us for a taste of Earnest Homes right before service here. Check out your program for information about our 2 book study groups and yoga classes. Also join us for an informal, engaging midweek service on Wednesdays at 11 o'clock. And this week, our very own Mark Ruth will be our speaker. Reminder, we have, yay, Mark! Woo, the truth of Ruth. Reminder, choir will begin rehearsing next week, March 3rd. Next week, March 3rd. For performance at the service on March 31st. So anyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome. So join us March 3rd for rehearsals for choir. And last but mostly not least, today we are celebrating our dear Dr. Moira's birthday. Yay! Happy birthday to you. So her birthday was on Wednesday. And her birthday was on Wednesday, and we will have cake right after service. Please join us to celebrate our Dr. Moira's birthday. And now we have some meditation music, which will lead us into our invocation.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release. From a world filled with chaos and noise, I awake to these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said. And right here in this holy silence, I find God, I find myself. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release. From a world filled with chaos and noise, I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said. And right here in this holy silence, I find God, I find God, I find myself.
Knowing in the silence that we just go inside our heart of hearts. Just breathing in the fullness of life. And when we exhale, just letting go, letting go, letting go of anything that does not serve us. Knowing that divine mind that aligns the planets flows right where we are. It is the I am that we are, beautifully and brilliantly. That we just breathe that oneness in. Knowing that we are all energy. As I speak my word and claim that right here, right now, something wonderful is unfolding. That we are plugged in, we are charged up, we are tuned in to the universe, into that inner knower, that inner spirit, into our heart of hearts, knowing that life is good and life is very good, regardless of any appearances. We just step into that knowingness, that love. That space of gratitude. I am so grateful for this day. So grateful to be in the right place at the right time. Knowing that there is a shift in energy. There is a shift in every cell in my body as the vibration lifts up to the next level. I am so grateful. And in this gratitude, I just release my word into the universal action of the law, knowing that all is well. And so it is.
Thank you, Andy. Good morning, everyone, again. Today, Reverend Valerie's talk topic is the heart of who you are. And we know right where we are, God is. We sing a song about it, and I want you to know that when the closer you feel it, the more alive you're going to feel. And knowing that we are always at choice every single day to either live in love or live in fear or limitation. And that we can make a choice every single morning when we wake up that we're going to see through either the eyes of love or we're going to see through the eyes of fear and limitation. And whatever we choose, we become a vibrational match for. And everything on that wavelength of that energy will be attracted to us. Why is that? Because that's the energy we're projecting. So it's important to know what it is that you want and where you want to go. And Ernest Holmes says, peace is the power at the heart of God. It is through the revelation of the self to the self that one understands life. As he approaches the power which is at the heart of God, he knows. This comes through a recognition of unity of the individual with spirit back of it, in and through all. So in order to create what it is we desire, we first have to know what it is that we want, right? We do. And you know, many of us know more what we want for breakfast than what we want in our life. And those of you that are laughing already know that, right? And those of you that aren't laughing are going, what'd she mean by that? And it's true that it requires that God is always here, always present, always with us, and can only operate through us, through our level of consciousness. So whatever it is that we desire to accept in our experience, it's going to realize. Well, how does it realize? By the thought and the action and the love and the feeling that we put into it. But if we're woe is meing most of the time, what happens? We'll bring that in. The other day, last week, as you know, this past week, we had a lot of rain. And I have a sunken patio, and I have a sump pump in it. And what did I keep affirming? Oh, thank God for that sump pump, because I'd be a goner if that sump pump took a dive. What do you think happened? What do you think? I'm like, oh. And my friend said, oh, well, look at it this way. You're a great manifester. I said, yes, I am. I'm only going to see the good in this. So I went out, I found the exact sump pump, got it all fixed up. A friend helped me do it, and everything was right and perfect. But you know, it takes not just knowing and putting your energy into it of desire, but you have to also know that there's a power, that substance that is in back of all things that is supporting exactly where you want to be and where you want to go, as long as you direct it towards that direction. But if we direct it the other way, it'll go south again. So we require faith, we require trust, and if you were Tinkerbell, you'd say in a little fairy dust. But you can leave the fairy dust part off. But it does require faith and trust. And what that faith and trust is trust in that power, in that message that you get when you quietly go still and listen to that voice within. And that voice will always guide you to the right direction and will always support you. So we know that is what it's the heart of you. The love, the peace, the power, the presence of God. That energy is what guides each and every one of us. With me on that? So let's affirm together, there is one power. That power is God. That power operates through my life every moment. And so I dial in now to knowing that my true heart's desire is realizing. Now look at your neighbor. You are the power and presence of God expressing, I believe it, I know it, and so it is. Thank you. And now let's welcome up, thank you so much. Let's welcome up Elise Carver.
There's something in the air that feels electric. There's more upon the breeze than what it seems. I believe everything is possible. We're capable of living all our dreams. I walk upon the ground and I feel its power. Breathe air into my lungs and I feel rebirth. All around, spirit flows through everything, uniting all of life upon the earth. So come alive, you're a child of God, a child of spirit, a child of love. Come within, deep within your soul. You can have the life you're dreaming of. The whisper of your soul is intuition. The pulling of your heart is spirit's voice. All around, there is guidance everywhere. To follow it or not, we're given a choice. Take one look at me, I'm just a human. But take another look, I'm a soul divine. Life is filled everywhere with miracles, and everything is perfectly designed. So come alive, you're a child of God, a child of spirit, a child of love. Come within, deep within your soul. Oh, you can have this life you're dreaming of. So come alive, you're a child of truth, a child of wisdom, a child of earth. So believe you are fully loved, and never begin to doubt your worth. I'm grateful for the sun that shines each morning. I'm grateful to my source that I'm alive. Every day's filled with possibility, and we are meant to thrive. So come alive, you're a child of God, a child of spirit, a child of love. Come within, deep within your soul. Oh, you can have this life you're dreaming of. So come alive, you're a child of truth, a child of wisdom, a child of earth. So believe that you are fully loved, and never begin to doubt your worth. I'm grateful for the sun that shines each morning. I'm grateful to my source that I'm alive. Every day is filled with possibility, Thank you so much.
Oh, that was so good. Let's give it up for Andy and Elise Carver again. Wow, that just took me a whole nother direction. Because I was thinking about the heart of who we are, which is that playful child. That was such a great song. I love, love, love it. When we get to the innocence of who we are, that is where the truth speaks. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about what's been going on. Life, right? Gotta love it. So when we brought Dr. Sharon here, I was driving back and forth up to Apple Valley to see my granddaughters a lot. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to shorten my mission here a little bit and took a position with CSL and moved up to Apple Valley to be closer to my granddaughters, which is fabulous. My daughter is taking good advantage of that, trust, which is great. And then I had a few things that I transitioned because I was working from home. And if you know me, I am a social. Anybody else a social? It's like working from home is not my forte. I got to be around people. I love people so much. I hear people that say, oh, I love animals so much more than people. And it's like, well, I'm kind of the opposite. But because I love people so much, I become like the official dog walker of everybody in my family. And come babysit my dog while I'm out of town. I'm like, yeah, best day ever. Okay. I'm learning. I'm adapting to it. So I started working out in the world, and the minister up in Apple Valley left shortly after I moved up there. I'm like, what's going on? So I've been helping them out up there in Apple Valley, and somebody gave me free office space to do some of the other things that I do, so it's been amazing. Yay. A lot of good things going on, and yet life, we have our ebbs and flows, right? And the heart of who we are, it's trusting that heart and trusting the guidance. And the heart is guiding and directing in different ways. And I had a situation after all the rain where I'm living. I had no rain, no leaks, nothing. But about 3 days later, there's water coming out of the walls. And it's on a Sunday, and I'm like, what is this? So I call the water department. I'm like, turn off the water. I don't even know where it's coming from, but it's coming. Got a guy out there, and he said that it's water. A pipe broke underneath the house. Well, it was a Sunday morning, and I had a different minister up there in Apple Valley speaking, and I was kind of thinking, well, I'll just keep going back and forth. And I went in there, and I realized I was bringing frantic energy because I was a little frantic. Anybody ever get there? Wow, life! So I thought, you know what? I need to surrender to the process, which was like the best lesson ever for me, surrendering to the process, kind of like our fifth step in treatment. So we do a positive prayer here called treatment, knowing that God is everywhere. I'm one with that infinite intelligence. I know all good things are possible. I give thanks and I release. And everything happens in the release, because when we release it to the universe, it can bring it back in a beautiful way. Does that mean that there aren't changes or things that are going to happen that don't maybe put us out of kilter a little bit? So the heart of who we are, the more we take care of our heart, take care of ourselves, take time for meditation. And prayer and meditation to me isn't for just the normal days. It's for when we're in those crazy times, when something big is going on. Because people got stuff going on. You ever got stuff going on? It's like, yep. So I want you for a second to just take a moment and close your eyes for a second and think about when some change happened that was not for the good. Maybe a job ended, a relationship ended, somebody passed away, something that, oh, how am I going to deal with this? And just feel for a moment what you feel, and then open your eyes. Yay, best day ever, right? When we go into those spaces, it's like, how do I navigate that? And how do I take care of my heart and myself in those times when it's just not an ordinary day? We don't want to spiritual bypass everything. We're saying, everything's good, I don't even want to look at the bad. I want to feel what I'm feeling and move forward. In change, which change is inevitable, growth is optional, as great wisdom says, change is always going to happen. And many times we're like, don't change. Any of you look at your old high school annuals where people say, stay the same, don't ever change? It seemed like it was a thing that people put out there, right? Stay the same. Well, no, I'm not going to stay the same. I always thought that was a little odd. But did I carry it on because everybody else was saying it? Yeah, stay the same. Don't change because you're perfect just as you are. Well, we want to grow and expand. Because when we change brings growth. Growth brings transformation. Transformation brings expansion. So I'm going to tell you why there has to be change. Because I know. Why there has to be change, because sometimes we just want everything to stay status quo. Change has to happen, because it has to happen. In order for us to continue to expand in the infinite and continue to grow to the next level, change has to happen, and it may be uncomfortable sometimes, but yay, we get to change every day, and how we react and respond is totally up to us. So I want to talk a little bit about when we do change, change is the change agent used for transformation, a more open heart, a loving being. And don't we all want to be more loving and grow? I always call it the upward spiral. It's like the more we expand, because the universe doesn't want to shrink to fit a tiny little mind. We're expanding our minds and expanding our minds to be able to deal with loss and grief and love and happiness and hard times. We get the opportunity to grow. So one of my teachers, Dr. Chris Michaels, who was in Kansas City when I was there in the Midwest, I went from Nebraska to Kansas. Yay! And one of the things he taught me was how to have grace in the midst of situations that happen. So I'm going to tell you about a story and a situation that happened, and it's not pleasant. It's life, and sometimes life is messy. So there was a couple. They had been married for 30 years, and they had breakfast that morning, and he went upstairs, and she continued doing the things she was doing. And what she didn't know is that he had gone into the closet and took a belt and took his life, attempting to take his life. So she went upstairs, and when she found him, he was still alive. And so she cut him down, called 911. They got him to the hospital. Right away, she called Dr. Chris. And Dr. Chris went there, and he's like, what do you say in a situation like that? When you're there for someone who has something so big going on, the last thing you want to say is, life is eternal, it's all good, don't worry about it. You say nothing. He said, the best thing I could do is just sit there and be with her. Hold her hand, be the space of love. And sometimes we get the opportunity to do that. Now, when we go through these things in our lives, the growth that we have by being able to, I understand somebody who's gone through that situation. The growth that we have when we go through different situations. It expands our heart. There's more compassion, there's more love, there's more understanding. Because maybe we wouldn't have understanding for a situation had we not gone through it. Now, shortly thereafter, my grandmother on my mother's side, my mom's mom, her husband had passed away. Now, her and I were not very close, but I could feel the heart of who she was. So all I could do is just go in there and sit with her and hold her hand and let her know, I love you, I love you. And sometimes that's all it takes. Letting your heart grow regardless of what's happening. Now, let's take it to a time of something really exciting going on. So we've got change, something that really happened. Maybe it was you just got married, or maybe you just got divorced, or maybe you just had a baby. It's like thinking of those changes. There's changes that are happening. And when change happens, we're either excited, or if it's change that we don't like, there could be fear and anger. So what am I going to do with that? This is why we take time to meditate and to get prayed up, so that we are ready for those times. I don't know if you remember the story in 2018 when there was a soccer coach in Thailand who was stranded with 12 young boys, ages 12 to 16, in a cave. Yeah. And they tried and tried. They sent a sea diver, one of the SEALs, Navy SEALs, tried to get in there and actually lost his life trying to rescue them. Could you imagine being stranded for weeks with all of these kids in a cave? No food, no water. And so they asked the coach, when they were finally rescued, they got them rescued, what did you do in order to take care of these boys this whole time that were probably starving, and there was so much energy and fear? And he said his mother had taught him about meditation. And so in his meditation practice, tranquility is not freedom from the storm, but peace within it. So during that time when he was in the cave with the boys, they did mindful meditation, taking yourself to another level. This is what we do in meditation. So taking 15 to 20 minutes every single day, do this for at least a week and see what happens. Commit to yourself that, because the heart of who you are needs that time to reconnect. And we are never alone. The Spirit that brought us forth here, the Spirit inside each one of us, is always there, loving, supporting, guiding, and directing. So taking time to sit in that love, that connection, that divinity. It's like Spirit is guiding and directing. And let's get excited about that. Let's get excited about the love, the connection, the direction that we're being guided each and every day, which means that sometimes we just got to be quiet, right? And when I was working at home alone, that was too much quiet time. And that was not meditative time. That was get some work done time. So taking time to really just, this is my meditation time. Let me step away from everything. Let me breathe in the fullness of life. Spirit is, I am. And let me just stay in that and allow Spirit to guide and direct. So when I get into those times where there's so much change going on that I don't even know what to do with myself, be okay with being uncomfortable in the quiet, even with somebody else. Be okay with being with you, loving, guiding, directing yourself. Because the heart of who you are is loving and playful and ready to grow and expand. I love it so much that our tagline here is change your thinking, change your life. Yeah. What? I got to really change my thinking? That could be a little more challenging, right? Because we get on a certain trajectory. And this is how I think, and this is how I think, and this is how I think. And then it's like one of those wind-up toys. We keep running into the same wall, where we have to say, okay, let me take time to just really tune in. Let me follow that inner guidance. And for me, sometimes that's just going somewhere alone, sitting down and writing, and allow my inner knower to just write. Give me guidance. Spirit, here's what I want. Get me there the easiest, softest, gentlest way it can, provided all the stuff it has to go through, because we have blocks inside of us, right? And we're magnetic beings. So I love this necklace. It's magnetic. So there's some magnetic beings that I will hug, and it tries to go with them. But it's magnetic on that side, and if I do it on the wrong side, it repels. I can't even make it stick together here. It repels. And sometimes we are magnetizing to us really great things because we're loving ourselves. And sometimes we're repelling things because we're not loving ourselves. Maybe we're beating ourselves up for something of the past. You ever do that? I always love the rear view mirror. It's like the rear view mirror, that's smaller than our big windshield, because we should be moving this way and not looking back so much at everything that happened in the past. especially if we're using that rearview mirror to look back and beat ourselves up for anything that we might have done, said, wish I could have, the coulda, woulda, shouldas, right? Well, I can replay it in my mind and change it in my mind so it's a better story for me. And then put that down and look at the direction I'm going. And then be conscious right here in the moment. Because I think about those kids in the cave with their coach and the stories for all of those days and hours of being right here mindful, breathing in the fullness of life, surrendering to the process of here's where we are. Let's just be grateful in the moment. Let's tell stories to each other. Let's uplift each other. Let's love each other. And let's know that we will see the sun again and it's coming out. And so in those hard times, those rough times when things are happening, like, why is this happening to me? This is just no, because my acronym for change, center heart around new growth experiences. Yay, new growth experiences. Maybe I didn't want to go through this one, but being fully conscious in those moments so that we're learning all that we can. Let me learn what I can in this moment. Let me love myself through the process of whatever is happening, knowing everyone in life is on their own journey. I don't have to jump into somebody else's life, because many times when we get into those stressful things, we want to jump into whatever craziness somebody else is going on, whatever's going on with them, and we want to jump in there with them. It's like, step aside, step into your own pond. Know that everyone is loved and protected just wherever they are. Let me love myself in the moment, be in the moment, right here, right here. I always do this because I work with a young lady who works in the schools with the kids, and she's like, I always have them bring it to the two fingers, right here, right here, right here. Can you feel your fingertips? Because when we get in the moment, we remind ourselves that right here, there's a roof over my head. Life is good. I'm breathing in the fullness of life. And there's enough to share and to spare in the world. I don't have to choke because there's not enough air for everyone. There's enough air. There's enough abundance for everyone. So let me love and support, and the way to do that is loving and supporting myself. So the heart of you, who you are, is innocent and loving and excited. And even though something happens that maybe is not our favorite thing, we're learning, we're growing. Yay. And so in that learning and that growth, let me celebrate all that I'm learning, all that I'm doing, and that there is a new day and the sun is shining. So we celebrate who we are. We remind ourselves that we're never alone because Spirit is always with us. Sometimes we just close our ears. It's like, no, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And yet I did say close our eyes, but I meant close our ears. Close our ears, close our eyes, and don't even want to think about what's going on. But it's like, okay, Spirit, here's what's happening. Here's what I want. Let's find a way to bring it all together. And we do that by loving ourselves to the next level. So my charge to each one of you, 20 minutes every single day this week, just this week, and then you're going to want to do it more. Take time to meditate, to pray yourself up, and to love yourself. Just like you'd love a child, because that inner child loves that. And so it is. All right. Thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you. And so now welcome back, Elise Carver. I'll get my notes out of your way unless you want to sing those words. Elise Carver in the house. Yes.
set me free. To set me free. I allow Spirit to move in me. I allow Spirit to set me free, to guide my hands and feet, to set my heart on fire, to ease my mind. And I will go out into the world and shine this light. And I will go out into my life and set things right. And I will dance with sheer delight. And I will remember who I am with all my And I will go out into the world and I'll shine this light. And I will go out into my life and set things right. And I will dance with cheer delight. And I will remember who I am with all my
So beautiful. Oh my gosh. Let's give it up again. That's awesome. Thank you. Congratulations, Bob. New baby, I hear. So, yeah. All good. So it is our time for giving, knowing that as we give, we absolutely do receive, and that we are so grateful for the center and grateful for each and every one of you. There's lots of ways to give. You can give online, hit donate here. You can give live and in person. And you're giving your hearts right here. So let's all say the giving affirmation together. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper. All those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love. And so it is. Thank you.
Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, that God is all there is. Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, that God is all there is, God is all there is.
Thank you. Knowing that in that gratitude space that we just open ourselves up to more good and more good, that we're grateful for the heart of each and every one of you. So as I invite the practitioners and ministers forward, knowing that they are available after service for prayer requests, their prayers absolutely do get results. So life is good. So if you got anything going on. And then a reminder that we have beautiful cake for Dr. Moira. Yay! So join us in the social hall. So let's all rise. And let's give some love to the bears in this room. We are going to be sending them off to the children, so we'll just send bears, knowing that in this love space that we are feeling the love, we are taking the love with us, and we are sending the love with those bears to everyone. All right, let's do the peace song.